In the heart of Jaipur, amidst its bustling bazaars and royal grandeur, lived Ved, a man who seemingly had it all. At 35, he was the embodiment of success, an empire of textile stores, a palatial home, and a reputation that commanded admiration. Yet, beneath the polished exterior lay a man grappling with an unshakable void. Every morning, Ved stood before his ornate mirror, adjusting his tie, but his reflection always felt distant, almost mock. It was as if the man staring back wasn't him, but a shadow shaped by societal expectations. One evening, tired of his hollow routine, Ved decided to walk through the old streets of Jaipur, yearning for a spark, an answer, or even just a distraction. As twilight fell, he stumbled upon a quaint crumbling bookstore tucked into an alley. The dimly lit sign above read, "The Timeless Pages." The unexpected encounter. Inside, the shop was a maze of dusty bookshelves, the air heavy with the scent of aged paper. Behind the counter sat Anil, an elderly man with silver hair and an aura of quiet wisdom. He didn't look up when Ved entered, instead, engrossed in a worn book. "Looking for something specific?" Anil asked, without lifting his gaze. Ved, caught off guard, blurted, "I'm not sure." "Maybe something to fill the silence." Anil finally looked up, his eyes piercing yet kind. "The silence isn't the problem. It's what you're trying to drown out. Wait here." Anil shuffled to a hidden corner, returning with a book that seemed older than the shop itself. The cover was blank, its leather cracked with age. "This book finds those who need it," Anil said, handing it to Ved. "Read it tonight. You'll see." The book's tale. Ved took the book home, unsure why he even cared. But as he flipped the first page, he was drawn into the story. It told of a potter named Arjun, whose dream was to create the world's finest vase. Arjun poured his soul into his work, crafting vases so exquisite that kings coveted them. Yet, Arjun was never satisfied. He destroyed each vase, finding flaws invisible to anyone but himself. One day, a blind beggar wandered into Arjun's workshop and touched the shards of a shattered vase. "This is beautiful," the beggar said. "How can you tell?" "You can't even see it," Arjun replied bitterly. The beggar smiled. "Beauty isn't always what the eyes perceive. You're searching for perfection outside, but it's peace within you lack. Perhaps it's not the vase, but your own self you must shape." For the first time, Arjun paused. He stopped chasing an ideal and began creating for the love of the craft. His work transformed, not into perfection, but into pieces alive with passion and meaning. Ved's revelation. Ved shut the book, its words echoing in his mind. For years, he had chased success, believing it would bring him happiness. But like Arjun, he realized he had been crafting a life for others to admire, never asking what he truly wanted. That night, Ved found an old sketchpad buried in his storeroom. As a boy, he had loved painting, but had abandoned it for more practical pursuits. Hesitant, yet hopeful, he picked up a brush and began to paint. The hours melted away as his canvas came alive with vibrant colors. He painted the Jaipur he remembered from childhood, its bustling streets, pink-hued walls, and the serenity of sunsets over the Aravali hills. For the first time in years, Ved felt alive. A new chapter. What started as a quiet indulgence grew into a passion. Ved began dedicating his evenings to painting, not for fame or profit, but for himself. He felt lighter, more connected to who he was. One weekend, while wandering Jaipur streets, Ved spotted a group of children drawing pictures on scraps of paper. Their laughter was infectious, their joy unrestrained. Inspired, Ved decided to teach art to underprivileged kids, sharing the happiness he had rediscovered. Meanwhile, his business thrived, but it no longer consumed him. Ved's newfound balance made him a better leader and a happier man. The final note. Months later, Ved returned to the bookstore to thank Anil. But the shop was gone, replaced by an empty lot. On the gate hung a note. Happiness is not in what you achieve, but in how you live. The mirror reflects only what you seek to see. Ved smiled, the message resonating deep. He had found his truth, not in the mirror's reflection, but in the colors of his canvas and the simplicity of his joy. The moral of story. The story of Ved reminds us that self-satisfaction is the key to lasting happiness. True contentment comes not from external achievements, but from reconnecting with what brings us joy and meaning. In the end, life is not about perfection. It's about finding peace in your own imperfect masterpiece.